Yo, welcome back to more Psychopath Season 2, Episode 5. So last episode was wild. I don't know how many of y'all are going to get this reference, but it was like Kingsman level of just blood and guts everywhere. So many people killed by Dominators with their crime coefficient going very high within that building due to that guy who was very inspired and influenced by Kamui to truly feel alive after going through eustress deficiency. You know, he was pretty much at the end of that, and it was gonna kill him, as it has people within the society. But he came out of that. He tried to inspire people to live by just putting them in such a dire situation, even killing some for that end. And unfortunately, our Inspector Aoyanagi could not endure that. You know, the first victim of the assault dominator, unfortunately, which it really sucks, especially after her conversation with Ginoza. Oh my goodness. So yeah, RIP to her. Just another gruesome, brutal example of how just nonsensical and just awful this shit can be. But one thing that could come of it is perhaps making Mika question things. Now, that wouldn't be good for her psychopaths, for her own crime coefficient, of course. But it's, I don't know, it would be something cool to see with her character. So we'll see if maybe that shook her up to the point that maybe she'll, I don't know, consider things or you know, show some struggle there. But as far as like when it comes to Kamui and, you know, Akane and just this, Kamui is obviously familiar with her. You know, he initially thought she would understand him, which I'm sure she would, you know, if she like heard him out. But at the same time, Akane's gonna do her job. Like, she's not gonna join him in what he's doing, you know. Not as she's an inspector and she's gonna do her job for the sake of justice, for the sake of good. At this point, it's just wild. And this was all for Kamui to get data on the Dominators. Like, at the end, he's like, oh, okay, so inspectors can be killed by Dominators. That whole thing was for that piece of data. Ridiculous. But very interesting, because I want to see where he goes with this. Like, how far can he take it? Like, especially his comment at the end of last episode about Sybil. Like, can he really challenge Sybil in any meaningful way by the end of this season? This is a short season, so I expect things, you know, to ramp up and possibly get to that point, whatever happens to Kamui at the end of this and however things change. As we go on, it just seems less and less like we're gonna see any of Kogami, which makes sense. Like, he's not around, but I miss that guy, to be honest. I feel like he's the perfect like mirror to Akane at like his own sense of justice and how he's kind of fallen in that sense, for Akane to do what she can within her job and for Kogami to take matters into his own hands as he did before. All right, it makes me wonder if he comes back at whatever points, you know, what would he even do? Yeah. Other than that, you know, we still have like other interesting things that we haven't fully explored. Like, I still remember, for some reason, the chief asking Akane to keep a closer eye on Togane. Don't know what that's all about. Other than that, you know, it's slowly being unraveled what Kamui's like plan is, and like I mentioned earlier about getting data about the Dominator. Like, you can only guess like whatever that's leading to. Like, probably with the inspector's eye that he took from her, like probably using that to use the Dominator. Now he knows he can kill inspectors with it if the crime coefficient is high enough, like anyone else. So there's no like way around that with them. He verified that. What that's all gonna lead to, we'll see. But it's interesting to just like think of him, because what he seems to be, like, I don't know everything yet, but what he seems to be is just like a really like just fundamental issue to not be understood at all by society. Just feeling like with eustress deficiency, just feeling like a zombie, just like understanding that the system, like by design, is trying to keep you subdued and like just awakening to that. It's very like, seems just like a big inevitability with Sybil. Like, you get one person like that, and then he starts waking other people up to that. It's like, man, how many? I feel like this could just happen. I don't doubt that Kamui is special in what he does, and certainly he is, just the lengths he's going. But it's like, man, He's also a bit of a ghost just because he threw that. I don't know. There's like I said, like a fundamental just like psychology going on of like understanding each other and uh becoming to terms with your own pain and your own thing that causes you to stress out and your crime coefficient rise, and bringing that down through that like understanding and through, you know, understanding each other, and then thus not being able to be judged by the system because you're on the level like that. And it's like he's a ghost in that respect. He's probably like just mastered his own psychology, and it's as simple as that. But I don't know, there might be more to that. So like it seems like he's doing it like legitimately for people, like compared to Makishima. Like he whatever the result was, he just wanted to see what would happen, like to see people's like truly blossom using their own free will, not really an emotional attachment to what they're doing. Or it feels like a lot more personal with Kamui. I never want to compare them in a like quality sense, just because Makishima is such a good, entertaining villain, and you know, I've yet to see the full extent of what Kamui's got going on. But you know, I'm taking it episode by episode, and I'm enjoying how it's unraveling. Related to Akane, I still think with her kind of bearing this burden, you know, her heart kind of being heavy, like we see like the cigarettes, you know, in the earlier episodes, you can see like how it weighs on her. Like she's doing her best, like she's still Akane, she's still doing what she needs to do, and you know, her hue and her crime coefficient are clear and low, but we see just the burden it just has on her personally, like outside of that. So but it makes me wonder if at some point that is going to finally cause her crime coefficient to rise to a level that where she could be effective, where possibly Kamui could use the Dominator on her. I wonder if that's like part of his goal. I don't know how much he knows about her in that regard, but it's like, I don't know, it's an interesting idea for Akane to kind of be forced to face that along with everything else. Like, that's not to say she hasn't suffered enough, like in season 1 with her friend dying, you know, R.I.P. Yuki, and that whole thing. She certainly has, like, that was the ultimate trauma, and she was quote unquote fine, whatever that means, defined by Sybil. But I don't know, I think it would be an interesting thing that might happen, but I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, let's keep going. Beginning the episode in 3, 2, 1. Oh boy, she's still just here. But oh my goodness, look at her. Now we're seeing firsthand how she's just on his side. Yeah. Dosage instructions. Clear. Huh. You know, that deranged guy from last episode was talking about the right medicine. Your own will, huh? Okay. Okay, Makishima. Oh my goodness. 2 dominators, dude. Man's gonna dual wield those. Wow. Yeah, why was, man, someone needed to like watch the back door, man. I just realized the women's bathroom said WC. Yeah. Yeah, Mika. She was fucking awful. What? Whoa. What the fuck? Wait, how are you Oh, why'd you check Akane? First of all, I thought he wasn't using a Dominator to do that. Yo, Mika saw that shit. What the fuck? The hell? Alright, let me look away from the opening, because I... Alright, so... Here's my thing. I don't know if they ever, like, mention this, and because this is all almost tricked me before, and I assumed it was something different, but... Even in season 1, whenever I saw someone, like... They always do this. When someone is reading someone's crime coefficient, it shows their eyes lighting up. And then it shows the Dominator, right? Like, the shots are usually in that sequence. And when you see the Dominator, it's like, oh, the Dominator is, like, reflecting in their eye. Like, I thought the light was reflecting in their eye, but it seems like, judging by the inspector's eye from Kamui, and just, like, what I saw there, because it was like, he was holding it super low, but it was still reflected in his eyes. So I don't know if, like, there's a thing with their eyes that inherently, like beyond just, like, biometrics, I don't know. Or Togane is, I don't know what's going on with him. That just might be a mystery in itself, but I don't know. Just a question. If it's a spoiler, you don't have to answer that, but, yeah, just putting that out there. On the surface, certainly. Wow. That I must work harder. Oh. Wants him to interrogate. Right, this guy. He was super calm, yeah, when we saw him last episode. Kamui definitely put him on to some shit. Dope. Right. Clearly. Wild. He apparently is. Ghost. Of course. Yeah, I mean, I would certainly like to know more. Hmm. Wait, who are you talking about? Oh, this is Sybil bullshit. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you lost 2. It's pretty significant. Jesus. Kaede. So you're with us now. Oh, it's just my boy here. How you doing, Ginoza? Oh. Hmm. Wow, Ginoza. Holy shit. What? Holy fuck. Mika being consoled by Yayoi again. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, just like season one. Yeah, let that shit out, Mika. Oh, yeah, he did some weird shit earlier. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, yes, he's been pretty good so far, but that was weird. And along with the Chiefs, like, quote unquote warning, it's like, huh. Hmm. That which was brought to life by that. God damn it, I hate when anime does this. This is so ominous. What is going on? That which was brought to life. I'm not gonna get all conspiracy, but I'm having thoughts. All right, well, by the chief. Yeah, for sure. That human touch. Doesn't hurt. Mika always annoyed with her. Whoa. Well, I guess that was expected. Apparently. I'm gonna talk about my conspiracy ideas in the post episode discussion. I'm just gonna watch for now. Okay. I'm watching you, Togane. That is certainly very deadly. Sugo. Oh, right. People. So he's someone that went to the facility and then became an enforcer, right? Like Ayoi. This guy's voice reminds me of Kagari. Tuh. Chief Kasei's favorite. Pretty much. There isn't much help for someone like Kamui. Okay. Huh. Hollow? Hollow. Okay, Togane. I'm trusting you a little bit more, buddy. Sort of. Okay. Oh, all right. What you? Oh, Mika. Oh my. Wow. Spicy. I mean, she legitimately believes in what she's saying, so. Bringing that up, huh? You know about that. That's possible, but. Huh. That's the funniest shit the Chiefs ever said. Oh, Mika, man, she feels like she's doing her best, man. God bless her heart. Wow, that's pretty wild. Wait, face transplant is Jesus. The Farsi say. Ah, he was getting some data, analyzing. Ah, Ooh. Oh shit, they changed. To imitate him. He's not really him. Yo, face transplant. Holy shit. Whoa, that smile was disgusting. Yo. Oh man, I can't trust anyone now. This face transplant shit. Are you playing games right now, man? Bruh. I mean, it looks kind of cool. Oh dear. Oh no. Wait, who's manning that drone? Who the fuck? I love the the game juxtaposed by this murderous drone. She's fucking chilling. Oh my god, that transition. Whoa. This shit better be coincidence. If that's really him, like, doing this subvertly. I think, yeah, they're just, it's like clever coincidence in the way they're framing it, but holy shit. RIP those guys. WC, one step ahead, come we. A messenger. It was a lure, okay. That smile, the fuck? Shutdown not working. Rip. Rip this guy. Oh. I hate that they have like a cute face. Oh god. Fuck's sake, man. Wait. A lot of people playing Hungry Chicken. Yo, Hungry Chicken is legitimately activating these drones? What the fuck? No way, dude. What? It's not a coincidence. Yo, because we saw like 3 people start playing and they're activated now. The hell? Yo. And legit, the chickens they see in game are like, or the enemies they see in game are like people in real life. That's fucking wild. Wait. You. Kamui. God damn it. What the fuck? Kamui? What the fuck? Well, it's a good thing you survived even though you were in there. What a gamble. What the fuck? What was that flashing image? I saw like 2 girls together. Whoa. Whoa. Wait, what? All these things about Akane. Wait. Was that Togane? Was that like young Togane? I recognize the hairstyle. Did she just check out like his room and saw all the fucking shit about Akane? I'm gonna rewind after this ends. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about my conspiracies. Oh my goodness, man. What is going on this season? I have no idea. There's like just enough layer of mystery that I'm like, I can't commit to any like idea yet. But we'll talk about some things. All right. Time to rewind. Pardon me. I missed the subtitle where it said it was Togane's room, but I could tell, like, from the picture, and it would make sense that she would check it out, so that's fine. Now, okay, it's clear he has all this stuff about Akane. He has files, he has a ton of pictures circling her eyes and her mouth, which is interesting. I don't know, it was just off, and I was like, and considering, like, what the chief said before to Akane, I was like, But this picture of, like, a young Togane, and this woman, it looks a lot like a younger version of the chief. It just looks a lot like her. Like, just longer hair and black hair as if she was younger. But this woman is also, like, very elderly in the picture, so it's probably not the chief, because they look like around the same age, or like pretty close, so it's probably not her, so I don't want to assume too much. But yeah, it's just, that's really because I know his family has the whole, like, pharmaceutical thing. I'm focusing too much on the picture, but yo, that is yeah, just confirmation that he is, like, really digging into Akane for some reason. And this also comes back to the thing I was thinking earlier when the chief, like, was just, it's nice that we as the viewer kind of get extra things where the Sybil was, like, looking at a feed of Akane and being like, how will you, I wonder how you'll handle that, like, this life that is, this thing that has been given life, that has been created. Like, I wonder how you'll deal with that. Here's what I think. I think Togane is a plant. I think he's, like, in an inside, like, eyes for Sybil, like, just, like, within the team, just to have, like, direct there. It would make sense why Togane is always, like, sticking close to Akane. He is the most competent enforcer that we've seen. I don't mean to say that to discredit the others, but he's very good. But now I really think he's a plant, because it doesn't make sense for an enforcer to just randomly take interest in Akane for no reason, especially given all these things the chief has said, like, you know, keep a watch over him. Let's see how Akane deals with that. Oh, here's, like, evidence of how far Togane has gone. Like, this is really fucking weird. It makes me think, like, especially how the chief said what has been given life, and, you know, like, it's, I don't know if Togane is, like, itself, like, himself is, like, a Sybil brain, or just an avatar for Sybil. I don't know. That's a, but I'm like, I'm mostly sure he's a plant. Like, that's pretty damning right there, dude. And shout out to Mika for taking the initiative and just checking herself. Like, she's legitimately concerned why he did that to Akane. You know, as many hangups as Mika, like, has with Akane, like, it's out of legitimate worry. That's clear. How she saw Togane do that, like, she thinks it's linked, you know, how she treats the enforcers, how she goes about things, just fundamentally disagreeing there. But it's from a good place. That's clear. And that she went on her own and found that is good, because we'll see if maybe she'll disclose this to her. I feel like an inspector should share that with another one if they found such things, to at least question it, right? But if Togane is a plant, that's not gonna mean it's not gonna mean much in terms of, like, the brass doing anything about it or anything really getting done. So I don't think any of that's gonna go anywhere. I think this is just knowledge that's gonna really torture Mika, unfortunately. And we saw how she was a bit traumatized from what happened last episode, which I'm glad they've shown. I mean, it's clearly, because it was just so brutal, and that they had the moment of Yayoi comforting her and, you know, telling her it's okay to cry, and that was good. I'm glad that and this was even last episode, which I didn't really notice until, like, thank you, reminded me of it. Just, she's, like, the one she can turn to, which is very interesting considering her perspective on enforcers. That's, like, a conflicting thing there. That's pretty interesting. You know, as much as, like, Mika's character is kind of bait, quote unquote, for frustration, in terms of, at least my perception. Again, maybe I'm being an asshole, but from as much as she seems like frustration bait in terms of, like, just what we the viewer know and what we maybe hope for her to, like, come around to, I think her character has potential. Like, her her relationship with Yayoi that kind of conflicts with just how she views enforcers versus how she finds comfort in her personally. Her perspective towards Akane and the way that conflicts with how she disagrees with how she does her job, but also obviously very much caring about her. Her unraveling like what Togane is, you know, doing with Akane unbeknownst to her. So now she has to live with this. It's there's a lot of potential there, and I really like and I'm really glad. This was what I was hoping last episode when I was talking about it, just giving, you know, Mika just showing more of her personality and more of her, like, beyond her you know, surface disagreements with Akane, just like the sentiment behind that. And we even saw, like, in the first episode of the season how, like, she even told Akane, like, I was asking that because I was worried about you, you know. Yeah, so that's nice, man. Regarding like Kamui itself and the whole, like, his whole plan with Mr. you know, speech man, I forgot his name, but speech man using like the face, you know, doing the face transplant thing. It wasn't really him, he replaced him. It was bait for the MWPSB, but for what purpose is the question. That creepy ass smile that they did, like, shout out to Saiga for determining that. He's like the one character that would be able to pick up on that. And when he did, he was like, man, this is some bullshit. You know, immediately went to talk to him, confront him about it. But yeah, like, what's the purpose? So that aspect kind of reminds me of how, like, the online personas were taken over in season 1. Like what's the deal? What's the deal there? Like, what are you trying to stir up by impersonating this guy? Like, I thought Kamui legit had just won him over, like he did with the enforcer, not the enforcer, but the inspector. And I was like, but now this is like another thing unraveling. And knowing about the face transplant thing, it almost makes me like wonder if there's gonna be some kind of infiltration or someone I can't trust. I mean, beyond Togane, who I feel like is a plant, it's like, yeah, I forgot to mention this, but the whole, like, the chicken game and how it was like lining up with the drones, like shooting people, and how the enemies on screen were matching the people being killed. I thought it was a coincidence at first, like some crazy shit. It would be insane if, like, Kamui put out an app and somehow linked it to control drones. That would be fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's possible, but it's like, man, that light up so perfectly. Like how the enforcer was doing that. Actually, was he an inspector? But how he was doing that, I think he was an enforcer. How he was doing that, and then lining up with the drone, I was like, okay, that's probably coincidence. But then it showed like 3 other people doing it, like, elsewhere, and then like 3 drones activating and then doing that. I was like, and then the comment Kamui made about the game, I was like, oh, I guess that was intentional. Like, that's fucking wild, man. And it makes me think, like, if the people playing were probably in on it as well. I don't know. They could have been unknown to them. It could have been just like a game they downloaded or something like that. Jesus, man, that was like just like bizarrely brutal. That was crazy. And of course Kamui is one step ahead. Like, they did find out. Shout out to Togane, you know, playing his role, like detecting the hollow. Because even if he is a plant, like by Sybil, I could be wrong, but even if he is a plant, like, it's still in their interest to, like, take down Kamui, because Kamui's fucking shit up. And we know in the grand scheme of things, Sybil wants to, like, eventually be able to show their true form to the public, to be more accepted by the public for, like, what they really are, and just, like, more control in that way. And Kamui is certainly in the way of that. So of course Togane is going to play his role if he is a plant. But either way, that was good. Kamui's elsewhere. We saw he was still there. He was there. He was in the room that got shot up with all those guys. He just walked out. This dude is at the scene of the crime every time. This is crazy. Like, in season 1, Makishima was like in a penthouse sipping wine, like, or watching like a video on his phone, like, ah, yes. And then so it's waxes lyrical about, like, literature with Chegu sung for 5 minutes. But no, Kamui is just like here. He's just like, game, set, match. Misquote, but you know, it's crazy. But yeah, that was quite an episode, man. I like how things are unraveling with Mika in particular, just because, you know, I think she is kind of meant to frustrate you, and it's nice to see, like, her character go in this direction. I think the thing with Togane is very interesting, and maybe I'm right about that. Maybe I'm not. It's fine if I'm not. I kind of, kind of being in the midst of this and her pursuit of Kamui. There's the threads are like, they're really like going, and I can't wait to see where they lead, man. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about this one. I rambled enough. Thank you so much for watching. If you want early access to more reactions to Psychopaths, check my Patreon, patreon.com/YOROKOBE. The link is in the description. If you want early access to these videos, all the videos I do, I post pretty much every day. I post a schedule at the beginning of every week, so you know exactly when I'm going to be posting things. And if you want to support the channel that way, I'd very much appreciate. But most of all, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.